Okay, we're back. I believe this is Mount Vernon. It looks like it. There's the river. That would be the Skagit we were looking for earlier today. And we were just sort of officially crossed it. Okay, so it'll be in the north end of the Skagit Valley now. North side. Still quite flat.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still laying on that horn.
Really hardcore people. It's kind of like, I mean, New Zealand is a bit like that too. Like people that want to like do crazy stuff all the time. Yeah, Bellingham is a bit like that. So there's like the mountains, there's skiing, and there's backpacking around. It seems like really adventurous.
Ooh, RV storage. Yeah, RV and other storage. I love trains. You get to see the back sides of all these towns. The seedy side of town. Okay, those are containers. We saw those two stacked on the trains. There's a bunch of them, just one stack. They come in different lengths. There's a shorty there and a couple of long guys. That motorcycle sidecar had spent much of its life inside one of those containers, which is why it was so pristine. The fellow I got it from, Marty Malone, really cool guy. He's actually got enough motorcycles to do a motorcycle museum, and that's one of his goals, is to start his own motorcycle museum. I might have to try to put him together with the motorcycle museum people in Chehalis. Maybe they can join forces. Marty's stuff is more recent, theirs is more ancient. The Chehalis guys have bicycles clear back to the 1800s, so that's interesting. What is that? That's anchored there. Okay, here's an actual river. This may be the Skagit. Yeah, it looks big enough to be the Skagit. Oh, look, a levee. There's a levee. Used to do that in the Corps of Engineers. Kept track of levees. Now we just call them school levies for raising money. I wonder what the relationship is between the levies keeping the water in and the levies sucking the money out of people's pockets. Anyway, oh, we got another something sitting on the siding here. These are funny little trains here. We got tanker trucks. We got here, go a little here. How about that? That exciting for you? Okay, get some more RV storage. I got to think we got to be close to an airport here, because I just saw a business, commercial airplane interiors, and those kind of industries are typically right by an airport. And I do recall there's a little airport in Mount Vernon. So let's see if maybe we can get a glimpse of one. Got their tanker cars here in the siding. Man, this is wetland down here in the lowlands. No wonder we get mudslides on this line. We are down in the swamps. Okay, all the train tracks here. 1, 2, 3.
So how much longer is
Oh, there was a caboose. Those are almost obsolete. They sold them all off. There's a Santa Fe. Okay, how many tracks here? We're narrowing tracks here. Oh, look at them all skinny together. Those are called sidings next to the warehouse, and I see the warehouse is not getting much use. There's a radio station tower there. Ooh, Chinese restaurant. Okay, now we're looking in backyards of slightly less than prosperous homes.
Same thing.
Next to the tracks. Dick and Deb have a railroad in their backyard, so they hear plenty of train whistles. And Judy, of course, is less than half a block from the train tracks, so she hears all of the train whistles, including the Amtrak passenger train that gets in like 3:30 a.m. from the Seattle to Spokane Amtrak train. I got to figure out where it goes. It takes like 6 hours to get from Seattle to Spokane, and you can't quite bicycle that fast, but you can drive there in half the time. So I'd like to know where that train is going. Now that I realize that Judy never locks her door day or night, I can actually, last time I saw her, she has to get her sleep, so she went to bed about 9:30, 10, and I arrived 11 or 12 or so, and she just left the door unlocked like she always does, and I just went in and went to sleep, and I didn't even wake her. She had her earplugs in. So, in theory, I could take the train and arrive at 2 o'clock in the morning and bicycle over to her house and stay there. Anyway, when she's awake, she hears the train whistle at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. Anyway, okay, Cook Street, Cook Road. Yeah, I kind of know where we are here as we're heading north out of Mount Vernon. There's a Starbucks, so we're still near civilization. Subway. Oh, a tattoo parlor. How nice. It's nice to know the youth live this far north. Okay. Little Fairfield Marriott there. Oh, look. It's a Soya Supra sinking into the mud. Ooh, and Bob's Burgers and Bew. I like the name of that.
And there's so many more artists.
We got a car trestle there, so I'm assuming we're on a train trestle. Going to go over a swampy area here. Oh, we're going under the car trestle. Cool. Okay, and now we're either going to go under or over or beside I-5. That's I-5 there. Okay. What are you doing? We're going under I-5. Okay, this is good, because now we will get to the water. It's in the salt water as opposed to all the fresh water we've been seeing sloshing around the surface of the planet. Still pretty flat. We're still in the Skagit River Valley. Good farmland. Lousy camping land. Your tent would get pretty darn wet this time of year. Yeah, can you imagine camping on that ground there? Oh, somebody else trying to plant pine trees in cedar tree country. Optimistic, these people. You can see the truck tracks through the field here are deep in the mud, so they have driven fairly recently through this field, or tried to. One of my favorite jokes is two farmers, well, a farmer and a rancher. It's a farmer from Vermont and a rancher from Texas trying to outbrag each other, and of course the New England guys are sort of soft-spoken. They're not really braggadocious like the Texans. But the Texan is just being he just got, as they say, all hat and no cattle. He just keeps bragging on himself, and finally the guy from Vermont just can't stand it anymore, and he's got to tell him something to try to take him down a notch. So he says, you know, Sonny, it takes me all day to walk across my place in New Hampshire. And the Texan says, that's nothing. It takes me all day to drive across my place in Austin. And the New Hampshire farmer says, yeah, I had a truck like that once. The other thing I like about Texas is for justifiable homicide, all you really need to do is tell the judge he needed killing. And the judge just says,
oh. Check to car 2. Anthony, can you hear me? Are you in 3?
Oh, I must be in car 3. He just responded on his walkie-talkie in my hallway. Oh, they're growing something here. It looks like hops. Could be grapes. Yeah, it's probably grapes. Because they're not really tall enough to be hops, but they're growing something in rows. Anyway, it's not really grape country. I don't know what they're doing. They should have labels. Anyway, there's a lot of them. Maybe it's marijuana. Anyway, there's a lot of it there.
Paycheck 2, car number 4.
Okay, here we have a nice deciduous forest.
Paycheck to car number 4.
There's some horse chestnuts in there. That's non-native. That's a Lombardy poplar. They are all one clone. They're all genetically identical.
Have your attention, please. We're looking for a few passengers. Kathleen Jonkis, Gregory Jones, Golzar Pradhan, Cynthia Schrader, Nicole or Castle Lozow, or Nabila Kajani. Please see the conductors in the dining car. Once again, that's Kathleen Jonkis, Gregory Jones, Golzar Pradhan, Cynthia Schrader, Nicole Lozow, or Nabila Kajani. Please see the conductors in the dining car.